The man who once ate kangaroo testicles on national telly is now hunting for fresh blood to join his podcast empire. But here's the kicker. He's not just hiring anyone. He's looking for someone to handle his social media like it's the crown jewels themselves. And honestly, the job description reads like a royal decree with a rugby twist. Welcome back to Royal Cookies, where we serve up the juiciest royal gossip with a side of heart-wrenching humanity. Please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Mike Tindall isn't messing about. People. His podcast, The Good, The Bad and the Rugby, launched back in 2020 and has quietly become what's being called the world's biggest rugby show. That's not just royal-adjacent bragging. That's proper business territory. Think about it. While other royals are cutting ribbons and attending garden parties, Mike's building a media empire one scrum at a time. It's like if David Beckham decided to become a podcasting mogul. Except Mike actually married into royalty and survived both a World Cup victory in Princess and as a mother-in-law. The man's practically invincible. But here's where it gets juicy. They're not just hiring one person. They're advertising TWO new roles. A social media and content executive and a videographer and editor, both based in Southwest London. Southwest London. Darling. That's practically on the Queen's doorstep. Well, King Charles's doorstep now, but you get the picture. This isn't your average help me post Instagram stories situation. We're talking about a proper team expansion that screams we're going places. It's like watching a rugby team go from local pub matches to Twickenham, except instead of tries, they're scoring podcast downloads and social media engagement. The job's being promoted as a dream role, and honestly, when you look at what's on offer, they're not wrong. Imagine your CV reading, managed social media for a royal family member's podcast empire. That's the kind of flex that gets you bumped to business class at job interviews for the rest of your life. According to the LinkedIn listing, they're hunting for a social content lead to shape content strategy and grow their audience. But let's read between the lines here. They want someone who can handle the delicate balance of being entertaining enough to compete with Joe Rogan while being respectful enough not to end up in the Tower of London. Think about the skill set required here. You need to understand rugby culture. And trust me, rugby players have a very particular sense of humor. You need to grasp royal protocol without being stuffy about it. And you need to create content that appeals to everyone from proper rugby lads to people who only know Mike because he's married to Zara and occasionally pops up at Trooping the Colour. It's like being asked to DJ a party where half the guests want hardcore techno and the other half want string quartets. Except the string quartet might actually be performed by the household cavalry, and the techno needs to be royal family appropriate techno. Does that even exist? Well, Mike's about to find out. The videographer role is equally intriguing. They're essentially building a proper production team. This isn't some bloke with an iPhone anymore. We're talking professional content creation that could rival major media networks. Let's talk strategy, because this move is absolutely genius from a royal family perspective. While William and Kate are doing the traditional royal thing, which, don't get me wrong, they do brilliantly, Mike's found this perfect sweet spot of being royal adjacent without the burden of succession drama. He's got the royal connection through Zara, but he's not in line for anything except maybe the best seat at family Christmas dinner. That gives him freedom that the core royals simply don't have. He can be unfiltered, authentic, and properly human in ways that would give palace communications teams actual nightmares. And here's the clever bit. Rugby culture and British culture overlap in ways that are pure marketing gold. Rugby's got this working-class hero element combined with proper tradition and respect. It's the perfect bridge between lad down the pub and respectable member of society. Mike embodies that completely. The timing of this expansion is fascinating too. We're in an era where traditional media is struggling. Podcasts are king, and authenticity trumps everything else. The royal family has been trying to modernize their image for years. Remember all those attempts at being relatable? Well, Mike doesn't need to try. He just is relatable, while still being properly posh when required. This podcast empire isn't just about rugby chat. It's becoming a soft power tool for the royal family that they probably didn't even realize they needed. Mike's out there making the royals seem normal, approachable, and genuinely likable, all while talking about scrums and tries. It's like having a royal family member who can code switch between yes at Buckingham Palace and alright mate at the pub, and make both feel completely natural. That's worth its weight in gold from a PR perspective. Mike Tindall is writing the playbook for post-sports career success, and honestly, we should all be taking notes. The man went from rugby pitches to royal weddings to reality TV to podcast mogul. That's not luck, that's strategy with a capital S. Remember, this is someone who married Anne's daughter, Princess Anne, the woman who once told kidnappers to naff off when they tried to ransom her. Mike didn't just survive meeting his future mother-in-law, he thrived. That takes serious social skills. Then there's the I'm a celebrity factor. Most people remember him for being refreshingly normal in the jungle. But what they missed was the masterclass in personal branding he delivered. He showed exactly who he was: funny, down-to-earth, loyal, and completely unfazed by bizarre situations. Those are exactly the qualities you want in a podcast host. Now he's leveraging all of that into a proper business empire. The podcast isn't just successful. It's successful enough to warrant professional-level expansion. We're talking about someone who's managed to monetize authenticity without losing the authenticity. That's actually incredibly difficult to pull off. If you're obsessed with royal strategy and environmental impact like I am, make sure you're subscribed to Royal Cookies because we're serving up the most sustainable royal content on YouTube. And remember, in a world full of fast fashion and royal scandals, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is wear your values on your sleeve, preferably in a gorgeous shade of green. Sophie's proving that environmental activism isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become. Until next time, keep munching on those eco-friendly royal cookies.